All right, yesterday I spoke about my experience with the random event generator, and this was a game that I played while at the ICRL, the International Consciousness Research Laboratory. This is back in 2010, right after they had changed over their name from the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Laboratory to the ICRL, and focusing more on consciousness than on engineering anomalies. But I got to explain what was roughly happening to me during that game and how I was able to be successful on the first trial. I can't remember if I told you that I was on headphones or not, but if I did, I was confusing that with a completely different psychotronic device that I will talk about on a later video. There are no headphones when it comes to the REG, the random event generator. And in fact, you don't even need to be in front of the machine or in front of the screen. Like I mentioned in yesterday's stories, I did it with my eyes closed. So technically, this was the first time that I was ever tested on a consciousness psychotronic device in a consciousness laboratory. So that's actually very exciting when you think about it. And I did remarkably well for a first timer, despite some of the difficulty at first. Now, what's funny is that if I were to rationally think about it, I wouldn't be able to take credit for what I experienced at all. I mean, in a weird way, I believe that I had something to do with psychically pulling that widget from one side of the circle over to the other. But if I actually did believe that, then I would have to believe that somehow I used mind over matter on the REG or the computer for that matter. So, I mean, at this point, I only had once beaten the machine. And so I did do this a few more trials. And what I found was that I was successful on 2 or 3 more trials before suddenly failing. And so I failed once, and then as a good winner, I quit while I was ahead. By the way, please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell by the subscribe button. I'll continue to make these videos just for you. These are my real life stories of the impossible. And I ended up leaving that day with a couple of Sileron products, their REG as well as their Mind Lamp, which was their best seller just because it's both decorative and weirdly scientific. I'll tell you a little bit more about the Mind Lamp later on today. But quite intrigued with the REG game, I decided to take it on the road with me as I was going to be performing for a number of colleges and universities. And what was intriguing was that out of the 7 schools that I took it to, 6 of them had the same consistency rate as I did when I was at ICRL. And so I took it to Mount St. Mary's University, Rochester Institute of Technology, Rochester University, Siena College, University of Minnesota, Villanova University. At each of these schools, they all got like the first 3 or 4 times correct before they ended up kind of losing it by probably someone thinking that this game had something to do with me controlling it on some level. And as soon as they would put some level of skepticism or disbelief in the process, they would end up losing control of the actual device. However, I took it to Auburn University in Alabama, and what I found, because I ended up there with about 12 people, at least half of them were actually football players from the Auburn Tigers. And after giving them the talk in the normal way that I do, explaining how the machine works, we were actually able to do it 8 out of 10 times, which is truly significant. So go Auburn Tigers, that's how we do it. Anyway, that's my story for today regarding REG psychotronic devices designed to enhance and aid your own psychic experience. My name's Alain Nu. Go to my website at themanwhoknows.tv and subscribe to my newsletter, and you will get a free gift. All right, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.